WNAA 90.1 The Voice. I'm your boy Javon Hubbard here with my boy Brad Brooks.
We in the building.
And Wanye Davis.
Poppin'.
And you already know you listening to 3rd and 30. Oh man, that NFL season is kicking off, boys. It really is getting up to speed. We're seeing who's real and who's not at this point. You know, we had a lot of issues with the NFL protests this weekend as well. And we also going to get into some NBA later on.
Got to.
So, first and foremost, the NFL recap for the week 3. How do you guys feel about what's going on right now?
First of all, first and foremost, we got to give a shout out to A&T's own Tariq Cohen.
Yeah.
He's over there doing this thing in Chicago. I think week 1, what he had, like a $158, 158 yards rushing. He had the game-winning touchdown, but it got called back. So shout out to him.
Yeah, they cut it down to 36 yards.
Shout out to him. He's doing his thing out there. But as far as the NFL, I think the biggest probably surprise to me is the Giants going 0-3.
Yeah,
that's a team who obviously went 11-5 last year. They added Brandon Marshall. We thought they got better. You know, that's another piece along with Sterling Shepard and Odell Beckham. Evan Ingram. And going 0-3. You know, the offensive line is absolutely awful.
Yep.
And that's the biggest surprise to me so far.
Yeah, like you talked about the Giants, they made a lot of investments, as you know, on the offensive side of the ball, getting weapons like Brandon Marshall, drafting Evan Ingram in the first round. But they never really solidified the running game. They still don't have a running game. And the offensive line is terrible. So this is a team, since the playoffs when they played the Packers, they've been struggling to score.
Yeah.
They're not doing a good job in that. So that's something I'm surprised of. But how about Kareem Hunt with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh, yeah.
This dude has come out of nowhere. He's balling every week. Another game we had a run over 50 yards, I believe.
Yeah, and a 50-yard touchdown at that, too.
Yep.
And this is just a dude, like, the Chiefs are the real deal. I know last week you spoke of, and you said we just want to see it, translate to the postseason.
We're going to see.
As of right now, the Chiefs are balling. This is a dude I think is going to be the offensive rookie of the year.
Absolutely.
If he keeps it up at this pace. So that's something I'm really surprised
I'm going to tell you what, a game that not a lot of people were looking forward to coming into this week was that 49ers versus the Rams.
What about that
Thursday
game
night
was crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even going to lie to you. That game was crazy. I mean, a bunch of high power offense. I mean, you saw like Garcon making some great catches. You saw what was it? 3 touchdowns from Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd Gurley was looking like a tank out there.
My fantasy team.
Even that, Sammy Watkins is...
Sammy Watkins
Sammy Watkins might be back. They might have missed out on letting him go and sending him over to San Francisco. They might have missed out on
Jared Goff looks comfortable.
Yeah. And I told you guys in his second season he was going to... I tried to tell you guys last year.
Yeah. He looks comfortable. But what about that Jaguars game over in London? I remember which one of you was it who said the Ravens had a top 3?
I still think that they're going to finish off top 3. I think they're going to get it together, man. But I'm going to tell you right now, they look good in London. Every single time the Jaguars play in London, they bring the heat. That offense, that high-power offense over in London, Blake Bortles can play like trash all year. But anytime they go over to London, it's looking like
if you're a top 3 defense, I don't care if you're playing on Mars. You don't let Blake Bortles score 4 touchdowns on you.
Even that, like the Jags, I think the thing they did well, they minimized their mistakes.
They did, no turnovers.
The 2 games that they have won, they've had dominant performances from their defense.
Yeah,
because
of course.
They've made huge investments in that, drafting Jalen Ramsey in the first round, signing A.J. Bowie, getting Calais Campbell.
Exactly.
They've just invested so much in their defense. Tom Coughlin up front and up top in management. They're definitely adding a new toughness to this team. And, when they run the ball, they do well. So as long as Blake Bortles isn't making mistakes, who knows? Maybe this team can continue to win the AFC South.
So do you guys think Blake Bortles is the answer, or
no? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Blake Bortles is not the answer. He never.
Chad Henne isn't the answer either.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're gonna have to draft. I mean, they're gonna have to draft someone. But the thing is, the way they're trending now, they're gonna have a halfway decent season where they won't have necessarily a top 5 pick. So they're just gonna have to find a quarterback. Obviously that's where it starts. It starts and ends with the quarterback.
All right. So what about Falcons versus Detroit?
Yo, Matthew Stafford is balling this year.
Of course.
I could see him being an MVP candidate. The way that game ended, it ended with some controversy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the rules at the end of the day. But the Lions have really been playing good football lately. To go toe to toe with the Falcons like that and put yourself in a position to win that ball game.
Right.
I like them this year.
And one thing that I think that they did a very good job of defensively was they did a lot of bending but didn't break too bad. They didn't give a lot up to Julio Jones, who of course he's going to get yards. It's Julio freaking Jones. You're going to give up about 90, 100 yards, whatever, but they didn't let him score.
Exactly.
Which I thought was big.
And those big plays that he gets.
Exactly.
And it's like a new trend or something. Matthew Stafford is the fourth quarter king. Even though it was a controversy call.
I still got Aaron Rodgers.
We're gonna get to that bad man too. But it's like Matthew Stafford is a legitimate number one. He's a legitimate MVP in my eyes.
Right.
This is a dude. He's gotten paid. A lot of people were questioning if he was well deserving of that, amount of money, and he's backing it up. That contract, he is definitely backing it up.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Cotwell is backing it up. All the coordinators, they're definitely not exposing their flaws because they have so many flaws in that defense, but they're producing. Like you said, they bent a little bit, but they didn't fold. And then, like I said, speaking of fourth quarter comebacks, it was a lot of breaking news, this week with Melo and all the other stuff going on in sports. But how does Marvin Lewis still have a job? I understand Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, as Stephen A. Smith would say. But this is a team, they gave up a 21-7 lead, and you're telling me this is a dude who still has a job, starting off 0-3, 0-5 in the postseason as well.
Right.
So it's just like, how does Marvin Lewis still have a job?
I don't know what it is about the GM or the front office there, but they don't believe that it's Marvin Lewis's fault. They even...
Dirty soda and styrofoam. Spend a day to get my